We're all worthless. We're all born worthless. What does this mean? As a man, and anyone watching this that is also a man of mediocre to low value, understands this, that nobody really gives a fuck about you, except for you. And this is kind of a beautiful thing, because you get to use this to shape your life, to shape the way you think about yourself, and the way you think about yourself, if you direct that outward onto everyone else, you're gonna lead everyone else into how they should think about you. So I think that it's really a blessing to be born with absolutely no value, and that's where I'm at in my life right now. I'm like a pretty young person. I'm 23 and might be old to some people, but I think in the grand scale of life and how long I intend to live for, at least, it's pretty young. And I haven't really achieved much in my life. I live with my parents. I don't make much money. I'm at a very humble place in life to where I could confirm that I really have very little value to add to the world right now, that is, and I'm working to change that. And really I'm working to change that more for myself than for anyone else, because I want to just put value into my own mind, and whatever comes after that in terms of what other people think about me is their problem, not mine. But yeah, I just want to build something for myself, really, so that I can enjoy the life that I built for myself, and everything else will fall into place after that. So I really think it's a beautiful thing that I'm at a place in my life where I'm not worth shit to anybody, and only I can change that. So I work in the music industry. I'm an artist, and I started making music about 10 years ago. And when I started, I was shit. I was really bad. None of my friends would listen to my music. No one online, when I posted my music, would listen to it, because it was objectively garbage. And to be honest, I wouldn't have listened to it either. It was bad. And I was bad for about 5 years, 6 years, until I started seeing any bit of success. And it wasn't until about 7 years that I actually started to see some paychecks from it too. So this is a very long time of just making shit music, contributing objective garbage to the world that nobody wanted to consume or appreciate. And this is super humbling, because now I'm not worth much in the grand scale of society, but at least in the music industry at this point, I could say that I've made it further than 99% of people that have tried, which goes to show something about being an artist, is that you can make it really far and still feel like you haven't taken any steps at all. Anyways, I'm proud of the art I create now. I enjoy it. A lot of people around me enjoy it, and I'm glad that I'm able to make an impact on a lot of people's lives with my music. And by this point, it's been consumed by millions of people, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the opportunities that my record label has provided me, and I have provided myself, because I really was the one that created all of this art to put out to the world. Anyways, back to the topic of conversation, that we're born with zero value, is that no one is going to care about you until you care about yourself, and not even your closest friends or your family care about you 1/1,000,000%, as you need to care about yourself to create a life worth living for yourself. If I stopped creating music today, and I stopped sending music to my record label, or stopped posting music or any sort of content, and if I stopped playing shows, nothing would happen. No one would really care. If I stopped and I quit, maybe my record label would reach out and say, hey, you got any more music to send us? It's been a while. If I just said, nah, I don't, they'd move on. They'd find other artists. And the same thing with my shows. No one's gonna wonder where I went, really. And if they did, they're not really gonna put much mind to it, to where they're gonna try to do something about it. I'm the only one that's going to do that. I'm the only one that's going to do something about it. Everyone else is going to move on with their lives because they have their own shit going on. Everyone's got their own life to worry about, including me and including you. And you're the most important person in your own life. And you can't prioritize anything else other than your own purpose. Because you caring about yourself and you putting in the work to make yourself a valuable person is going to show everyone else why that's true. And everything falls into place after that. And you shouldn't work very hard to show other people or to prove other people. I get this, or I don't get this advice a lot, but I've heard this advice a lot in relationships that when somebody breaks up with you and somebody leaves you, that the best revenge is to become successful. I mean, I believe in love. You should never do anything out of spite. And, even parting ways in a relationship, you should let go with love. Because love is really the answer to everything. And that's a separate conversation. But by setting yourself on a mission, which objective is to prove externally your value, I think you've already failed. Because if you're doing something to prove to somebody else what you're worth, but not proving to yourself what you're worth, you're going to end up feeling empty inside. Because let's say you do all this and you become a successful person and the other person either doesn't notice or doesn't care. And your whole objective was to prove something to somebody. It's not yourself. Then what? Then you're back at square zero. And then conversely, what if you set yourself on an objective to become super successful, to prove to somebody something, and they do notice, and they are like, wow, this guy's really doing something and making moves, like I regret leaving him, or I regret cutting this person off. But everything you did was not to your own fulfillment. So you're left with a society that looks at you as this amazing, successful person, and you don't feel like anything that you've done for yourself was worth it for your own life, or it really fulfills you in your own life. And that's a tough pill to swallow, because at that point you've came a really, really long way just to realize you went down the wrong road, and you got to walk all the way back and then start over. So to wrap up, as a man, we're born with no value, and that's a tough pill to swallow, but you could make something great out of that, because coming from nothing and turning yourself into something for your own sake and not for somebody else's sake, it's a really sweet feeling. It's something that I haven't really been able to feel in full yet, but I'm confident that I will one day, because I work very hard and honestly on a purpose that is true to me. And I've come across many people in life that don't care and don't value it, and I've come across many people that do care and do value it. But all that's irrelevant, because all that matters is that I'm making myself fulfilled and I'm following my purpose for me, and everything else in life is just a bonus. And if that falls into place, that's great. And if everything else doesn't fall into place, that's how it is. But as long as I'm creating music every day, that's all I can really do, right? To become a better person. For me, all I can really do is upkeep my physical health, eat right, go to the gym, and create music and create art for myself, because that's what I love to do. And naturally, by following my purpose and caring about myself, I'll create this attraction around me, a strong attraction around me, that because I care so much about what I'm doing, other people are going to appreciate that. And this is just a bonus. This is not the sole purpose of why I do what I do. This is just a bonus that if you are looking for some sort of external appreciation, the only way for that to come about is to care about yourself honestly and do things for yourself. And you're just going to create this extremely positive aura full of love and purpose around you that other people want to be a part of, because we are social humans at the end of the day, and we do need relationships. We do need other people around us. We can't live in total isolation. I'm somebody that's really introverted and shy, and even I can't live in total isolation. I know that I need friends and family, and eventually one day hopefully a wife and a family of my own. But yeah, we're all social, so you do need people, but the right people are going to come about if you're true to yourself, because those people are going to see how raw you're doing for what yourself is and appreciate that. And if you're doing something more superficial, you're going to attract the people that are more superficial, and they're not really there for you. So be careful with how you try to build your value, but we all start from zero, and it's such a beautiful thing, because you can really build the way for yourself. Life is what you make of it, isn't it?